Hello, Daniel Marr here. Nick Saris and I got together, and we came up with a question that neither of us knew the answer to. That question was, is there a correlation between how we pay for college and how hard we work at college? To answer this question, we thought, why not just ask? After all, it won't be too hard to find a wide variety of people at TCNJ. The following is a series of impromptu interviews that we hope kind of display the different types of answers to this sociological question. Each interviewee was asked 7 questions, which Nick and I believe provide the most insight into the issue. After the following sequence, we will go over what their answers tell us about students' habits.
Yes. I'm actually fortunate enough to have my parents pay for the entirety of my college education.
No, my parents are not helping me pay for college.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, my parents are helping me pay for college.
I don't.
Yes, I do. They're being paid by myself.
I do not currently have any loans.
Yes, I do have loans. I just took out one loan, and they'll be paid after I graduate.
I don't have any loans.
Nope.
Yes, I have loans, and my parents are helping me pay for them, but I also work, so I put some of that money towards the loans as well.
Yeah, I get $3,000 a year from TCNJ just as a merit scholarship, and I have to maintain a 3.0.
No.
I got a merit scholarship here.
Yeah, I have a $8,000 scholarship, which requires me to maintain a 3.0.
I do not.
Nope.
No scholarships or any of that.
Once we determined each interviewee's financial means, we asked them 4 questions pertaining to their work ethic. First, we found out how many classes each student was taking. All students were taking 4 classes, except for the one individual whose parents were not helping him pay. As a music major, this individual was enrolled in up to 7 classes at a time, all of which required studying and the submission of homework assignments. We then asked, how many hours a day do you spend on class-related work?
I'd say per day, minimum 2 hours, but there are some days and some weekends where it's significantly more, and sometimes we're fortunate enough for less.
At least 3 to 4 hours a day.
Approximately 2 hours.
I can't really estimate hours per day. It's like, if I don't have anything to do, I probably won't be doing any work, which is kind of bad. But if I do have something due or an exam, I'd probably spend a lot of the day doing that class-related work.
Probably at least 2, most of the time like 3 or 4.
Probably like 3 or 4.
Probably at least 3 or 4 hours.
We then asked how many hours of free time each student had. Here is a table displaying all the data. After getting a nice variety of financial situations and work habits, we were able to ask our final question. When you work, do you have distractions like Facebook or the TV on? Or do you focus on the work at hand?
I have distractions like anyone else. I don't turn on the TV, but I'm distracted by Facebook, different news articles or whatever just happens to be on my computer screen at the time. I'm always inclined to hit Control-T and just type in something else instead of doing my work.
I don't have a TV. Alright, so.
I am very focused on my work.
When I'm working, I like to listen to music to block out everything, so I usually have my headphones in. Like, even if I'm in the library or in my room, I have music in while I'm doing work. And I would usually take like a 20-minute break like every hour or so, and then I would just go on Facebook or ESPN or YouTube or just whatever, just to kind of relax.
Yeah, sometimes I'm distracted, but I usually put headphones on and sometimes listen to music. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just put headphones on to cancel out the rest of the noise around me.
Like sometimes I'll listen to music or like watch videos or mostly cat videos.
Yeah, the TV's usually on, or I listen to music or something.
As we can see, the individual who had to pay for his schooling and took the most classes simply answered the question by asserting he didn't even own a TV. Alternatively, the individual who claimed to have his entire education paid for admitted to distracting himself. However, some individuals had no loans or performance standards to worry about and claimed to remain wholly focused on their work, while others were distracted. Interestingly enough, it seems that estimations of free time have no effect on the reported work ethic. In fact, it is very difficult to draw a correlation between work ethic and financial means for college. While the interviews here show a nice variety of student habits and situations, it's difficult to draw any conclusions. At the end of the day, there are far too many elements that influence work habits. There are minute cultural differences in schooling theory between even towns that have an effect on the individual level. Another way sociologists have explained the differences in work habits is using the idea of the self-fulfilling prophecy. Some students may have weak study habits because they were labeled lazy at an early age. I thus feel obliged to mention that there are several areas in our approach to researching this issue that illegitimize our findings. For one, how should we define working hard? For some learners with attention issues, concentrating for even an hour a day can be demanding and strenuous. As well, our sample group was small. I would guess at least 200 other students would have to be interviewed for any kind of accurate conclusions to be made. There is also weakness in the survey alone. As McIntyre says, although it can get at people's attitudes, it is not a good way to measure people's behavior. If anything can be learned from this survey, it's that people are just simply not accurate sources on their own behavior.